All right, this is the box model in CSS example for IS40A. And what I have here is I have a very basic page on the right with just a red background and then a single paragraph that has a blue background to it and what appears to be a rectangle around it, which is really just a border. And it simply says this is a paragraph. Very simple page, but yet it's going to illustrate to you the box model. So if we go over here and we look at this page, we have an HTML tag, open and close, just like normal, a head open and close, and a body open and close. Inside the body, we simply have a paragraph that says, this is a paragraph. Notice there's no formatting here whatsoever. It means 100% of the formatting is done in the CSS rules. So let's move up to the CSS rules. Let's tackle the easiest one first, the body. Background color red. All we're doing here is we're setting the background off as red so we can better see our box model of the paragraph. So the paragraph rule is where all the detail is in this example. So we have text align center. And what this does is that sets the text to be aligned within all paragraph tags, because remember, this is a tag rule for paragraphs. Width is 10 EM. Well, what's EM? Your book has a definition of EM. It's defined as a multiple of computer font size from the current element, where 1 EM is 100% of this size. And people use this EM a lot when they are measuring out things. It's really nice because it's proportional. And so we also have a padding of 0.5 EM. So the width is 10 EM all the way across for the paragraph. That's why this paragraph is this wide. It's wider than the text because it's 10 EM. But the 0.5 for the padding, that's from here to there. That's the area you're seeing the empty blue space. That's the padding. So we have the 0.5 EM. Then we have a border that's also 0.5 EM, and that is solid black. So that's around here. So we first of all, we have the text, then we have the padding, then we have the border. There's still one more part though, and that's the margin. The margin is transparent. You don't see it. Basically what the margin is for is so that there's a space and no other element will bump up next to it and touch it. I'll show you how to see the margin in a minute. We're gonna have to see it in a sense inadvertently, but I'll show you in just a second. But let's do the last line here, background color, light blue. That is applied to paragraphs. So what's gonna show light blue? Well, it's going to be the text is behind the text and the padding. That's where you're gonna see the light blue. You're not gonna see the light blue around the border because the border has its own color, and you're not gonna see the light blue in the margin because the margin is transparent. So what I'm going to do to show you the margin is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to hit another line return, put another paragraph. I'm going to put second paragraph. Save it. I'm going to come over here and refresh it. And now you see there's a second paragraph. Now remember, paragraphs always start in the next line when you make a new paragraph, so it does that automatic line return. But in between, you see there's some red space there. Well, that's two things are there. Below the this is a paragraph, our first paragraph, we have the bottom margin, which is 1 EM. We then have the top margin of the second paragraph. So we actually have two 1 EM sections there. So remember, for the paragraph, the text in the center, the margin, the border, why did I say it that way? Let's try that again. You have the text, the padding, the border, and the margin. I hope you found this helpful.